So Michelle might be having
It's traffic.
traffic terrible.
Really?
Loads of roadworks everywhere.
Oh yeah, well on the bus is
Really bad.
yeah, there is on my route there are always two places on the route which are roadwork, which are not connected. One is electricity, the other one is gas. That's one is roadwork. Well, it's a Victorian city which is coping one with a lot more
All the
population.
trains and the gas. And the
Yeah, so I think that's where the issue is. But you know, at least they're maintaining it here. So look, that's 1 point. This is 1 point perspective. Look, how do we know? All the lines they will show you, and they will come to 1 point. Look, this is they are the guidelines where the 1 point perspective is. Look, you see how that line connects with the roof of that, let's say, town hall or church. So that goes there, stops here, and then this other line, look, goes right there, here. That shadow, look, goes right there. This from there, from the same point, 1 point perspective, you come down here, look, you do the base of that building. That continues, that line continues up there. That line continues up here. That line continues 1 point perspective, goes up there. That goes up here. So 1 point perspective. And this is, and this.
So it's on the archway, is it just that?
It's on the window.
Oh, the window.
The first
floor
under,
window. Okay, yeah.
It's on the first floor of this church, maybe between the first floor and the arch, but not, but it's there, roughly, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, because at the end of the day, that's a rough estimation, but actually it's not that rough, because if you, all lines converge, they converge there, so it's not, it's pretty much okay, or pretty much good, or correct. So that is where, that's your format of drawing, and this stands almost in the middle of, from that line to that. So look, that one here, so middle, so that's my format, up, down here, and that's the middle. So that stands somewhere here, and then this is the point perspective, and then coming right down there, one, and then taking that, which is another, it's almost like a 45 degree on a right angle. That's another 45 degree up here, and then another line up, and then another one there, another one line there. This is the building on the side, which is flat, almost flat completely. Now that, I can continue it and do it right here, and then this line, which is the rooftop of that local store here, there. And what we do now, it's basically, you have the arch here. Look, the arch is right, well, the base of the arch is on that line, here, on that line there. So that's the base of the arch here. And then the arch goes up from that point, which is basically this one here. It's the base of the building on the left-hand side. And the arch goes up, 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 up. Comes all around here, a lot more rounded. And then the base of that side is this line here, of that side of the building. Okay. We've got the arch here. Maybe coming a little bit more. See, many lines. It's not a good arch, but okay. And start with the darkest dark. The darkest darks are here on this side. Look, let's have that building here. Let's have that rooftop, top of the store here, and darker here. A little bit less dark. You see, we have on the base that store, or that, well, you can see glass here, but this side of the building is much darker than the top. Now, why that's lighter at the top? Well, I'll help you out. It's because you have the sun coming down on the pavement and bouncing back up. That's why you have it so, well, it's a bit lighter. It's not much lighter, but it's a bit lighter. The rooftop, or the arch. No, it's not actually the roof, it's the arch of the road here. The arch of the, is that called archway? When you get an archway, yes. So that archway is higher, light at the top. Then you have that little arch again.
Hello.
Hello. And then they have and then look, here you go, all dark, all dark, all dark. On this side as well. And this represents the different stores, different stores. That's another top of that. You have a street lamp here. Hello, Michelle, hello. Street lamp and the archway. And another line. Don't worry, Nina, don't worry, it's fine. And as I said, this dog here, the leash and the dog, it frames the painting. I mean, the landscape or the cityscape, it frames it. So it's kind of, the leash is here, you've got the dog, and you have all shadow, all on that side. And then you have, and then inside that arch, you see the rest of the city, which continues, which is that. And then another, all those lines which are on that other building, they continue from those here. So they all are subject to the same route, to the same vanishing point. And lower here, bring that building up. That's the top, the rooftop of that back building. They have the street light, maybe a bit lower the street light here. And that long building up here, which is at the back. That's the. So see, it already gives you the perspective of moving forward. That's what. Yes, it's purely architectural drawing, basically, but it's important for us to do it because obviously when you do cityscape, you need to know the basics, how to deal with it. Now, last week we had that. We could see the building from far away. This is from the inside out. That was from outside into the building. This is from the inside of out to the vanishing point. And then that's the street light. That's the building, which I call it, let's see, I call it like Siena, Italian city. I don't know if it's that, but we just give it a name. Okay. And then obviously the people. How do you deal with people? Now, forget about head, shoulders, and just look at this as a mass. Look, that's the closest lady. She's pushing the pram here. She's right in the middle of that street light. Well, under the vertical line, under the street light. Vertical line, the street light, she's actually here. And then her head, it's under the 1 point perspective. Look, that's where the point perspective is. She's just under that. So if the point perspective was on us, I deleted it. It's there. Look, all the lines, they converge to this point. So she's under. That means that she's somewhere here. Head. And then I'm dealing with that like a complete, well, there's a term which they use it in art, notan, which is basically a Japanese term. It's basically black and white, shapes. So not details, but a shape of her is basically like that. So just black and white. And obviously because she's contra light, she creates a, we can just see the shape of her. And the shape is combined, so it's quite difficult to distinguish where she stops and where the shape continues. Her shadow continues. Look, she's down here. And that's the pram. Wheels of the pram. And she's got a little child as well, look. I just noticed it. The child is wearing very light clothing, but because it's the contra light, it's still dark. You see that?
Yeah.
And then the foot, and then the shadow of the child. Look, notice now. This shadow here is straight because she's right under that conversion point. Not conversion. What's it called? Vanishing point. She's right under here on that line. Thank you. Look at the girl though. You see that the shadow of the girl goes slightly to the right. It continues to that vanishing point line. Look, so it's got a bend. It's not straight like her mum. It's there. So pay attention to these details, because they need to match everything inside that image. Whilst it is a vanishing point, they all need to converge. All the lines will converge to the main vanishing point line. And then you got the arm of the mum and the arm of the girl. They are here. And other people passing by. And then look, their shadows are the same. Look, you see, if you continue with that shadow, just go there, goes there. Look, that's almost magic, isn't it? But that's how it is. But we don't pay attention when we see this. It's only when it's a frozen image and you start seeing, wow, they all abide by the same rules. You know, the shadows, the buildings, the people. And have you noticed this is the horizon line? Look, it's the horizon line. Did you see that nobody heads is above that line? Even the people right at the square outside the arch, they still are at the same line. That's the horizon line. That's what they call it. So this line here, it's like nothing goes above this line. People can be within that line, shorter or taller, like this man here. Look, he can be taller than her, but because he's further away, he looks shorter. You see his legs, and we don't know if he's shorter, but she would be taller. But even that was the case, even if she was taller, because he's further away, he looks smaller. Look, at the end or the base of her feet, it's down here, and the base of his feet is further up. So if that lady's shoes are down here, this man's legs are up there, and he's walking as well, which makes it harder to create a movement of that sort. Look how he's walking. One leg there and one leg, and then his foot is there, and he's wearing shorts, so kind of. But again, every head is under that horizon line. Every head here. And we've got the leash, and the dog is down here, but honestly the dog is part of the furniture. You don't actually see the dog. But I like it because it just frames the whole thing. It's such a good painting. I mean, it's a photography, but for me that could be a fantastic painting. And drawing as well. And look. And actually the man is more to the left, because I've done it well. I can do him again. Another man of same stature, a little bit taller. Left, more on the left. So one more. But again, not lower, because otherwise if I make him lower, his legs lower than the lady, then he will look kind of gigantic, will look too big. So I'm making him walking there. And then head is up here, and shoulder. And inside that shadow now, first of all, let's get those vertical lines get going here. And then the windows, which are open. That reminds me also a little bit where you have it in Oxford. Inside the arch you have buildings, which the colleges, which goes from one side to the next through that arch. It reminds a little bit of that. And then all these arch around here, and that is so much softer like this. So, ooh, that I was not expecting. That just appeared. I don't know what that is. Look.
Oh.
What? How that comes about? Yeah, sometimes the paper is just not good. Anyway, so look. Dark, 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 dark. And then create half tones. Look, the lightest lights are here. It's that shape. Look at this. It's like a cone of an ice cream. Look. Ice cream, which is spilling on that wine right now. I'm making up now. That's the cone. And there. So that's the lightest. Everything around this, it's darker. Darker. And then that's another light here. Look, it's another cone here, down here, look. another chromasis. There. There. And the shadows. And inside that space, or inside that shadow, highlight on the head of the people, look. A little bit of highlights. And if you like, shoulder. And the shoulder. So the light is actually illuminating the top of the head and the shoulder. A little bit. You can see, especially, it's very visible on this couple here. Look. You have highlight on the head and shoulder. Head, shoulder. Here. And you've got the base of the building here. And there. And that main, as I said, the main further away church-like structure. And the arch around it.
It's very good.
Yes, thank you. I mean, yeah, it's a bit wonky because, I mean, that's a bit wonky, but I can straighten it up and you can do the same with vertical lines. Now, if you want to, with the putty rubber, look, do you see that you have reflected light on the top of this?
Yeah. We're all going home to Emil.
Oh, you're going home? See ya.
Just turn around now. Just turn around. Look what we're doing.
Just turn around because honestly, look at that. You're sorry you made the effort.
But David's adjusting now to the low light here and then what is going on. Well, the thing is that, again, perspective is, it's not easy to deal with. We all struggle, well, myself included, it's not easy. But it's more about measuring, it's more about geometry, get those lines straight.
Useless in school, aren't
Really? Geometry. But you can do a straight line, at the end of the day, just use with the ruler.
they? Yeah.
Just use a ruler.
I've got really good. I've got rulers so you can
So-
know.
So look, I will darken those shadows and they all follow again the same vanishing point. All the shadows of the people down here. And you can soften their shirt, you can make a bit more legs and arms here to look like they're actual people. And then inside on the left hand side, look, reflected light of that beautiful old store, old worldly store, this one here, look. And then lines which are basically it looks like woodwork here, which I think it is. Yeah. And then reflected light, look, because the stores have glass walls, or not walls but glass to show their products, clothing, whatever that is and stuff. You know, it looks like a nice place, a nice part of the city. So I don't think they will sell producing it. They will sell probably costume, suits and costumes of. So you have, but then look, reflected light. Look, you see, it's right here. Look there. And it's because the glass reflects the light coming from the outside the arch, and then that street light, which is important to put it on. Now this building it looks like a ghostly building. This one here, and then that wall, it's probably a bit lighter. Here I can make it less dark, although those dark lines were for me to converge the vanishing point, but now I don't need them anymore. So look, I could do some chimneys there, look there. So more detail to make it, to enrich it, and also, but all the details will have to be on the function of perspective. And what I mean by that, it's that highlight, but don't forget that on that highlight you have another light at the top which goes like this, look. You see? And that reinforces all those lines they should be reinforcing the perspective side of things. And then we have the arch, the indoor arch, still, like this. And every little detail needs to follow the same logic. Everything converges to that vanishing point, Let's get rid of that. Looks like an alien dot here, which I've done it, which I didn't even know why that dot came about. Okay. And then all these shadows, they all follow again. Look, lighting between the legs here, the shadow of the leg. Here, light on that lady there, light on that couple in between the legs. But it's a small image, so it would be harder for me to do that light. And then another, look, reflected light. You see that building here? Look, it looks like a woodwork. Again, it's light because it's reflected the light of the pavement, look. And that light frames the image of the man there. Look, very clever. That light here. You see, instead of doing a line for the man, the silhouette, I can do the reflected light on the building, and that will be enough for me to show that it's an actual person there. And the store, the base of the store down here, and then look, details, something written here, look, just above the man, like a memorable plaque or memorable memorabilia, or written something there, little things like this. Huh? How that sounds? Not too good. Well, it's a lot of detail here, so it will keep you very busy. I like that. And then windows of that old building at the outside the frame. Okay, now put the lights on for everyone. Put the lights on. Oh, that's too much light there. Right. Okay, let's continue with our project here. Let's have a little bit more definition on the people. We've got the lady coming forward. Now, I don't want to spend time on doing each and every individual because that's not the point. The point is getting the flow going, having the correct shapes and shapes of the building, shapes of people, the correct perspective, dark here, we have another arch inside the arch. That's the outer arch, that's the inner arch. Some dark places where this line defines the arch and the vertical building. Let's close the door, get the noise out. And the shadow of people, so we get all these things correctly. We've got the dog walking here, but to be honest, it's not about the dog, it's about the shape that the dog brings into the composition. And we have a mother pushing the pram, this one here, she is with her little daughter. There's no one here, so I just get rid of that structure. It's basically just a wall, a vertical wall. And the mother and daughter, hands holding together, shadow of the mother. Again, these are all very solid shadows, which I'll come and make them a bit more transparent. Shadow here, get those buildings correctly. Shutters, window shutters are open. And take the brush, bring the brush in, make probably that arch a little bit sharper or a little bit more solid, or maybe solid, it's not the right word, but more accurate. Bit of transparent light, some umbrellas, street vendors, and more shadows of people further away. And we said that shadow of that solid shadow of the lady here, maybe a bit less solid would be better. And her hand holding with her daughter. The girl is here, but obviously in between, here you have a light between the shadow between the legs here. Light between the legs. Not the shadow, but the light coming through. There, a little bit of highlights here. That helps to create two legs. And same here. Guy moving forwards. Front leg. Back leg, which is as he's moving up. Is a separation from his leg to the shadow. This one here. And bit of that wire, dog wire, dog lid, a little bit of lines here coming through. They reinforce the perspective. That's why they're good. Those shops here. This lady forward here moving. The man here. Got some highlight on the shop. Mono zero rubber would work really good here, which is that rubber here. That works really well. The mono zero rubber to do those building shapes basically. Here it's really nice sharp edges. And there's a clock here. And this is why I've said Italy, because it looks a little bit more Italy than anything else, but could be anywhere. Honestly, it could be France. And the street vendors here. 2 windows, few chimneys. And then the little child here, a light silhouette around the child, that will help. Shaping the legs, shaping the buildings here, few highlights, vertical lines. Some some signs, shop signs. And a transparent dress. It's a white dress. I can see the white dress here, but I'm trying to do that white dress on a contralight in a drawing. Will be very hard. It's not undoable. Will be hard. And this transparent shadow of the shop here. Separating the man from the shadow. See, by emphasizing those lines here, it reinforces perspective. And why not create some tiles? They're walking on an old street, which actually has huge slabs of tiles. And these tiles here. Although where the light illuminates, which is the strongest there, you don't see those tiles here. But they're there obviously, but you don't actually see them because of a very, very strong light. Okay, this one here. Darker tiles, or darker lines, basically on the tiles. The tiles are not really dark, and the shadow of the building there. That's the base of the building, and that's a transparent shadow of the building. To the brush. Okay. And let's reinforce again those lines. See, the line here, as far as you come onto that horizon line, that straight line, I have done it a bit slanted, but it's not exactly straight, but it's where the horizon line is. Dark area for the window. Some street signs around here, or most likely could be the names of the people living there. The door, entering the building, a darker shape. All right, and the shutters we've done earlier on. A few shutters up here. it's a much darker area. Oh, that top. That will help also to frame the image. And that frames it a little bit better. I dropped that shutter a little bit too low, but I think it's not bad. Made it a little bit more humane, not too far up, a bit more reachable, kind of. Trying to do freehand a straight line here. I could do it with a rubber, with a ruler, but I'm trying to do it freehand. Still can be done. Harder, but can be done. And far away windows.